Well, everybody's in here, and happy Thanksgiving. I've got company over for the holidays, so explains the change in scenery. Um, this is pretty overdue. I'm glad it's not in December by the time I get this done, but this is done, and that is, of course, last book in October. No Country for Old Men by Cormac McCarthy. This was released in 2005, I think, and is what started the movie of the same name from 2008 with Josh Brolin and Javier Bardem. And I like that movie a lot, so I was definitely interested in reading this. But it wasn't really that what made me get this book at Barnes & Noble. Was a friend who recommended it, and I was like, okay. And that's what pushed me to read this. This is a more unique one because on this channel I have talked about books and audiobooks, but here I have actually read and listened to this book at the same time, which is something I've heard of people doing, but this was the first time I did that. One of the reasons I did was because one, it kind of made it speedier. The reason this video isn't coming as soon as it could have been is because I've been so sidetracked, even though I did finish this book. Too sidetracked to finish the video. And the second reason I did that combo is because while a lot of I feel like, like literature people and McCarthy fans will probably not like me for this. I'm not like a big fan of like just reading his work, like actually scanning the pages myself without like the audiobook version helping, because he definitely has a style, and that is a lack of punctuation outside of periods and the occasional comma. Like, he doesn't really even use I can't think of one of the other ones. The ones in between, like isn't and can't. But that one. And then on top of that, he also doesn't use quotation marks. So dialogue, not all the time, but at times it can be hard to keep up with. Like, sometimes it's like, oh, okay, someone's talking, or oh, it's this person talking. Sometimes it's hard for me to understand, even when books will have quotation marks, because sometimes I need to be like, so who is talking? But that kind of is a me problem, but oh well. Outside of that, this book is really good. This isn't the first McCarthy book I own. I own a copy of The Road that I got from my library's little donation-based bookstore, but I didn't fully read that, and I was kind of like, there was other books I wanted to read, and because of the writing style, but I got through this. I love the style of it. It's like a nice dark western, neo-western, because I think it is contemporary, even if it's not too obvious. Even the movie, I was almost like, what era is this? But oh well. The actual plot of this book is that a man, while like kind of roaming around the sort of desert of Texas, comes across a massacre of like a drug cartel gang, who seem to have had a bad deal going on, and the man finds a stash of not only drugs but also a stash of I think it's $1 million or something like that, and he decides to take the money. But because of that, there is another man going after him, a very intimidating man who you'll know from the movie, who is played by Javier Bardem, probably the most intimidating villain in a movie, kind of set in a realistic world. And he's about as intimidating as he is in that movie, in this book, which I like. I do like that, though I think that makes a lot of sense, because this book was written as a screenplay initially, and before Cormac McCarthy turned into a book. And then, 3 years later, it got turned into a movie, so go figure. It's a somewhat short book, I would say. It's like nearly 300 pages. A nice, well-contained story. In between all of that is this old sheriff who is looking for both of them, mostly just trying to solve this little problem. And at the beginning of most of the chapters or parts, there's like a monologue from him, kind of like a journal entry almost, because it's from his perspective. It's not third person like the rest of this book. So there's that, and it kind of goes into his thoughts on the ever-changing landscape, which fits the title, No Country for Old Men. So yeah, those are pretty much my thoughts. I don't have too much else to say outside of what I said about the writing style and all that. Again, I do really enjoy this. And then, of course, I also know that a lot of people, when they see this, and if they would recommend anything, not that I get recommendations from viewers, but still, I'm sure a lot of people want me to read Blood Meridian, which is also by McCarthy, which I'll get to at some point. I might read some of his other stuff, like all the Pretty Horses, or The Road, before getting to Blood Meridian, because I feel like those would be more like build-ups to that, and not just jumping right into it, both for his style, but also just the darkness of that book. So yeah, I can't believe that in my last book video I didn't give an actual rating. I had to put it in editing, but I'm not going to forget. So I'm going to give Cormac McCarthy's No Country for Old Men a 9 out of 10. So let me know what you thought of this video, what you thought of this book. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. I'd appreciate that. See you guys next time. Have a happy Thanksgiving.